Good evening, everybody. Welcome to PatFacts. Everyone's having a great day. Hopefully, you're making the most of your time. And that's what we're going to talk about tonight, is making the most of things, or how we're going to make 2021 the great year that we wanted it to be. And if you've been with us, we've been talking about that. We talked about that back in the new year, how we're going to 2021 wasn't just going to be a better year. You have to make it a better year. And we came up with an acronym for MAKE to help us sort of remember that and have ways to apply it. So what I thought would be good, since last week or 2 weeks ago, we talked about our check-in. Hey, bro. We talked about our Barrow 64. We talked about our check-ins, our 6-month kind of time. We're halftime. We're halfway through the year. What's coming up next? How are we going to make the most of the year? How are we going to get into our routines, stay with our goals, or maybe get started if we haven't started already? So I thought tonight would be a good way to review our acronym for MAKE, how we're going to make the rest of 2021. Hey, Scott, an amazing year, a great year. How we're going to make the most of this time and make the most of what we have left in this year to be able to forge forward and be able to, again, come out of this, because hopefully we are right now, this pandemic, this time, come out of it better than we were going into it, or even regardless of the pandemic, come out of this year better than we went into it. That's sort of the idea of resolutions, is resolving to do something to get better, to improve ourselves. And we've talked before about how New Year's resolutions typically aren't as successful for a variety of reasons. But if you put the plans in place and the systems, and again, I recommend to clients start them back in October, November, putting that groundwork in, figuring them out, planning them to start them. So on January 1st, you're already hitting the ground running. You're not trying to start from scratch and build things up. So again, we're going to go over MAKE, our acronym for what that means and how that's going to help us get through, again, the rest of this year, and hopefully give ourselves the best opportunity to shine and to grow and to check off those goals or accomplish those goals, so that as this year ends, we can then start to plan for next year, because we know where we're going to be. Okay, I've accomplished my goals, or I'm this far along in my journey towards that really big goal that maybe is a couple years away. Okay, I've hit these checkpoints now. What do I need to do in the upcoming year to get ourselves going? So again, we're going to make 2021 a great year. Again, it wasn't just going to happen for us because the pandemic's still here for a lot of us. We thought it would be gone and over with. But it's still kicking around. So just a quick, again, review of what we looked at for our acronym to help us review and get us going through into the rest of this year. So the M within our MAKE first was manifest. So we want to manifest what it is we're looking for. We want to plan it. We want to visualize. We want to dream. Been with us and had our buddy Blake Miles here to chat. One of his kind of go-to slogans and mantras for him and his clients is put dreaming on your to-do list. To-dos are always those little things we have to get done every day, but we don't dream enough. We don't think and visualize and see where we want to go and dream about it. What exactly do we want? What do we want to do with our own business? What do we want to do with our career? What do we want to do within our education? What do we want to do with our fitness and our health and our wellness? We just sit and reflect and dream and look at it and take and manifest it, really create that image for us. And what that'll do, if you've heard athletes even talk about visualization, a lot of the big athletes visualize that game-winning shot, that big moment, that big-time moment, to handle the stress in the situation, to create that image in their mind, so that it almost creates that memory of it. And what I've kind of deemed it as is similar to a GPS in your car. If you create that image, that mentally of where you want to go, that's your destination. Your goal is your destination. Then you can kind of plot out the points of where to go, the directions of how to get there. So manifesting, seeing what you want it to be and be very thorough with it. How do you feel? How do things smell around you? What's the environment like? What's the weather? Are you in Canada still? Are you vacationing? Do you own a building and have your business in there? Do you live in a certain style of house? Whatever it is your goal is right now, again, manifest it, see it, dream it, visualize it at the end. And then that creates that sort of image in our brain, and almost it's like a memory. and it helps our brain work toward that because it knows that it's there. It knows that's the end result. So manifest was the first one. Take the time to be creative, journal, journal your ideas down, brainstorm what it is you're thinking of, then organize your thoughts, and then take some time every once in a while to create that vision of it, visualize it. Sit quietly, close your eyes, maybe put on some music, maybe it's just quiet, and just visualize it. I did this when my daughter was little, putting her to bed. I would do this, holding her, kind of rocking her to sleep, as I was trying to be quiet and calm so that she would be quiet and calm and fall asleep. I would visualize what I wanted to do. I would visualize myself presenting fitness conferences and things. At the time, that was one of my goals and still is. But I would use that time. I'd close my eyes and breathe and just see myself in front of a room presenting, the PowerPoint going behind me, the crowd sort of being really engaged with what it was I was saying. And then within a few months, I got a call from Libre Fitness to go to China to present for them. So it was really interesting to have that energy there and to create that image and then be able to go live it within a few short months of just doing it consistently. A couple times a week, 2 or 3 times a week was when I really focused in on it. So now goals are a little different. I sit and try to visualize the business when I have my time to sit and visualize. Where do I want to go? Where do I want this to grow? Where do I want us to grow and evolve and get better together? So I manifest it, I see it, I create that image in my mind. So again, I have that end destination to work towards, and I'm using my brain in different ways. I'm imagining things, I'm creating. We don't do that enough, again, when we get older. Just like play, we don't play enough when we get older. We get too busy and too cool or whatever to play, but we need that play, we need that fun, we need to imagine, we need to be creative, we need to use that part of our brain as well. So that keeps it sharp, it keeps it engaged, it helps the overall brain stay engaged. So manifest what it is you want, what it is you're working towards, see it, and again, that creates that endpoint that you're looking for as you're going through. The next one, the A in our make, is action. We need to take action. So you've probably heard manifest, dream, visualize, see your goals, write them down. The secret, kind of what I spoke of. I manifested my presentation and it happened. I was called to do it. But it didn't just happen. I put the work in. I took action on what it was I was seeing. So I visualized where I wanted to go, what I wanted to do, but all the time I was taking action on it. I was watching other people present for years, really, even before that. But I had that kind of memory of seeing others present, so I could kind of pick and choose different things from them. We've talked about that before, about having your kind of circle or your influencers around you and taking a little bit from this person, a little bit from this person, and making it your own as you're working towards that goal. That's what I did. I was reading more books. I was learning more information. I was getting better at the products and the demos and the exercises that I'd have to do when presenting for Libre. So I was building that energy and building that knowledge base. So I was ready to go when the time came. So same thing for you. Whatever it is you're working towards, you need to put action into it to help it grow and evolve. You can't just think about it and it'll happen. Once you know what it is you want to do and you've manifested it and visualized it, then put action into place, put a plan into place, like we've talked about, having a system, having plans, then put them into action. Day by day, week by week, month by month, you'll start to progress closer and closer to that big goal it is that you have, that you've manifested, that you've seen. So action is so key. You're not going to really get anywhere without putting things into action. And what I find I struggle with sometimes with terms of action is trying to do all the action at once, trying to get everything together. Working on my nighttime routine. We talked about our nighttime routines here in the past. I'm working on mine, trying to tighten it up a little bit. And I was talking to someone yesterday and I said, I feel like I'm trying to do everything at once. And what I really need to scale back on is just pick one thing. So with my coach, we talk, what's the one thing that you think you would probably benefit the most of doing? And what would maybe be the easiest for you to start doing first to get into that rhythm and that routine. Same thing for you in your action, whatever that is that you're working towards. Maybe you have a bunch of steps you need to do, but maybe you need to put them in order, put them in priority. Maybe just pick one and start with it. And then you'll get the success. You'll grow confidence from the competence of completing that step. And as we said here before, as one area of you improves, the other areas are going to kind of follow along with it. And then when you skip to the second one, the third one, the fourth one, you're going to have an even easier time of putting them into action because you have the framework in place. And again, they've been influenced by that first action step that you put in place. Again, we're all kind of intertwined. It's very, very difficult to kind of just do one thing and only see improvements in that thing. It affects all areas of us. So don't worry about getting everything done all at once. Maybe that's part of your plan of writing notes. Here's what I want to put into action. Here's what I want to do. We've talked about reverse engineering. Okay, here's my goal. I've manifested it. I want to work backwards until today. What can I do today or tomorrow to put me one step closer? What are those little steps I need to do? What are the things I need to do in 3 months or 5 months? Again, it depends what your goal is and what you're working towards. But you can really reverse engineer and work out and just pick one little thing. If you hear me say what my coach said to me, what I've mentioned before as well, I've done with clients, what's the one thing that's going to benefit you the most? Start with that. And that's how I start with clients is what one change can we make that's going to have the most improvement for your health wise? Let's start with that right now. You want to lose, say 10 pounds, but your posture is really bad. You have shoulder issues because of it or something. So let's work on that posture first. You're going to get the most health benefits from that. You're going to get the most health benefits from building more strength in the back side of the body, maybe than the front side. And then the pounds will come from that, or we can work on that after. But maybe you don't need to lose the weight right now. You just want to. So again, you may want to do X, Y, and Z for action, but maybe just pick X for now and get that started, get that moving forward, progress that, and then bring in Y, and then Z or Z. I'm not sure how to say it anymore. It's kind of both. But one thing at a time. Don't overwhelm yourself. A lot of people will get overwhelmed because they think everything has to be done at once, and then nothing gets done. Take some action. Some action is better than no action at all. Hey, Andrea, great to see you. Thanks for hopping on. So again, going over our MAKE acronym. So just as a review, a check-in, and we talked about this, I think it was back in February or so, when I said I was going to make 2021 a better year. It wasn't just going to happen. So we had manifest was M, seeing what you wanted to accomplish. And again, if you've been doing this throughout, or if you had a goal from January you're still reaching towards, great. If you're restarting, if you're resetting, if you accomplished your goal already, good, on to the next one. Recognize yourself, your accomplishments, obviously, celebrate that win, but now it's on to the next thing. Remember, we always ascend till the end. We're not going to settle for just reaching that goal. Awesome, you reached it. Now let's go on to the next one. And then taking action. So again, you've manifested your goal. Maybe you're re-manifesting it. Maybe you lost sight of that January goal because of life and things going on. It's okay. Let's start now. Manifest it, see it, and then take action. Put action steps into place. Plan your action and then put it in play. And again, like I said, don't overwhelm yourself trying to do everything at once. Break it into steps, break it into chunks, work through them one by one, and they'll help each other get a little easier to accomplish as well. The K in our MAKE is knowledge. Build up your knowledge like you're doing here. We're all here together, learning from each other, helping each other grow. As we like to say here, not just making the team, but making the team better. So build your knowledge. If you're looking to learn a language, if you're looking to grow a business, if you're looking to improve relationships, if you're looking to lose weight, sleep better, eat better, work on your hydration, whatever it is, gain knowledge about it. Learn from people what are different ways to do it. Maybe learn why. Maybe you know you should drink more water every day, but do you know why you should drink more water? Maybe you know you should eat more fruits and vegetables, but why? Maybe you know you have a food sensitivity or allergy and you need to eat a certain way for that, but why? Maybe learning some of that. And I have a friend who works with another trainer, but he actually took a fitness workshop a few weeks ago, and we were talking about it because I almost took it, but I wasn't able to make it. But he wasn't taking it for business purposes, which is what kind of the workshop was for. But he took it for personal knowledge. He took it to understand eating habits and how food affects the body and how trainers could use that, and just for his own personal knowledge. That's how he gets better. So now he has a really good understanding of that topic. So now he can apply it. Or when his trainer says, we need to do this, this, and this, he can go, right, I remember reading about that. We need to do this because it helps my body do this or helps my mind do this. It gives you that understanding of it. So again, build your knowledge, learn from it. Again, we said earlier, you can just manifest, but just doing that isn't going to help. We need to take action. And even sometimes the knowledge can be part of the action. What's my action step? Maybe that's your first action step, is gaining more knowledge in what it is you want to do. Maybe the process or something to work through. Maybe knowledge is having a coach to help you take action on what you've manifested. We can put that into play where your coach typically is someone who's been there. They've done that. They've maybe made the mistakes that you don't want to make, and they can help you avoid some of those. And or they can help you work through some of those mistakes or those hurdles that we come across as we're going through our journey. So knowledge, building your knowledge, you always want to be learning. That's part of Ascend Till the End, is always getting better. So things like this, webinars, books, even YouTube. Again, you can find the internet, Google, there's knowledge at your fingertips, literally all the time. Make sure though, when you are gaining your knowledge, make sure some reputable sources. Make sure you do a little background or know it's someone that you can trust, or that is, again, has a very good reputation. Know your sources, because that is one of maybe the downfalls of the internet. Anyone can post anything. So just make sure maybe it's a factual piece and not just an opinion piece, because the internet is, as we know, is good for that. Nothing wrong with that. Again, we can all have our opinion. I share my opinions here with you guys, but I do my best to remind you that it is my opinion if that's where it's coming from. If it's not something I've studied and learned about, if it's just an observation I've made, then I try to make sure I mention that, so you know that it's just from my experience what I've seen. Because we talked about the other day how everyone is different. We ask someone, hey, what should I do about this? And they'll give you an answer. Then you ask this person, what should I do about this? And they give you a different answer. So you kind of have to sort through those and decide which one is best for you, and ultimately do what you feel is best and then learn from that. Again, that's more knowledge. Action will bring us knowledge, because we'll go through and we'll learn what's working and what doesn't. So we're taking action. We're going to gain knowledge from that. Maybe that changes how we manifest over time, and that's okay. We're not set in stone here. We want to have that ideal picture, but maybe it'll change along the way. I thought I was going to do online fitness coaching, changed it to online virtual fitness classes. And now I'm looking at more of relaunching with a bit of a hybrid, where I still have my virtual fitness program, but on a little bit different platform and experience, and then getting back to that fitness coaching. So my manifestation has changed throughout the year, and then that's changed my action. And my knowledge has changed too. Sometimes my knowledge has allowed me to adjust my manifest a little bit. My experience, I took action, so I knew what was working, what wasn't. So then again, I went back to the drawing board, so to speak, and looked at that manifest again. And then I've come back into the action, and I'm growing that knowledge as I'm moving forward. So that's the K in, again, how to make 2021 a phenomenal year. And that was our goal earlier this year. So again, it's not too late. We're halfway through. July is kind of 6 months. We're at halftime. We talked about a couple weeks ago. Again, now that third quarter starting, that second half is starting. Let's get things going. Let's get things moving to make the most of what's left of 2021. So we're set up to make 2022 even better than 2021 was. Make it a great year. We've got to put in that work. Which brings me to our E in the acronym of MAKE: effort. Effort has to be there. Effort needs to be present in order for action to occur. There has to be effort. In order for us to gain knowledge, we have to put in the effort. And for us to really bring our manifestation into reality, and even just to manifest, it takes effort. We need to put in that effort. We need to keep ourselves growing and evolving, and putting one foot forward every day, getting a little bit better. And again, as I mentioned, in action, it doesn't have to be everything at once. It doesn't have to be a 3-hour workout every day. Maybe it's 20 minutes. Maybe it's 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes at night. Maybe it's a couple times a week at first. And then as you get more accustomed, you add on workout days, you add on maybe different styles of workouts. Same thing with any goal. Do little bits at a time, and as those little bits get comfortable, then maybe you add more things to it, or you add more difficulties. Think of the bike example we've talked about before, that effort of a tricycle, the training wheels, to 2 wheels with someone holding you up, to then going on your own and falling over sometimes, getting back up, getting on the bike and going again, till you learn that balance and how things feel, and know how much you can lean into a turn versus how much you just turn the handlebars, and finding that good balance of those two things and knowing what works and what doesn't. Oh, if I turn the handlebars too much, I'm going to fall over. If I lean too much, I'm going to fall over. I've got to find that kind of good balance of the two, and it depends what kind of corner I'm taking. So again, it's all these experiences, but if you put in the effort and take action, you're gaining knowledge. And again, you can keep that, work towards that manifestation and or tweak that manifestation as you need to. And I find that's a very, the effort is tricky, and the action for me, if I do a big learning weekend, so if you go to a conference or a workshop where there's a bunch of things you learn all weekend, and you're really excited, and you come back and think, yeah, I'm going to do all this stuff. And then you do maybe one or two things, if that, and that's about it. Or because you think, I want to take this action and get all these things out into my workplace or into my gym or wherever the case is, we overwhelm ourselves, and again, nothing gets done. So again, if we're going to build knowledge and we're going to manifest, we need to put in some effort, and that effort can help us work toward that action. So if you make an action plan based on our knowledge and our manifestation, then again, that effort is going to help that plan come into play consistently as we can. We're not going to be perfect. It's not going to happen all the time, 100% of the time, but we just do our best. And again, try to get a little bit better every day. Try to remind yourself of what your goals are every day. Know what it is you're working towards. And again, for some, working backwards is great because we can put those checkpoints in. If I have a year to do this, in 9 months, I want to be here. In 6, I want to be here. In 3, I want to be here. In 1 month, I want to be done this. So maybe take your Post-it notes and put up your 1 month goal. And then you see that every day, I'm working towards that 1 month goal. And then maybe put up month 2, or maybe your 3 month goal once you've reached that 1 month goal. Okay, now that's the next goal I need to work towards. Just that reminder can help keep you on track. Because I know what it's like to come down to your workstation, your computer, and think, okay, I'm going to knock a few things out here and get things going and progress toward that goal. And you don't have a plan, you just kind of sit here and think, what should I be doing? Should I do this, or should I do this first? Or, you know what, I really should tidy up my space so I can work really well. Or I should do that load of dishes, because if that's done, then I'll be clear and I can just do whatever. We put all this, again, lack of direction in front of us because we haven't really manifested what it is we want to do. Even day to day, we can manifest what it is we need to do. And whether we write it down on a journal or a piece of paper, have it on our screen, have it, again, clear in our minds with those visual cues. Maybe have it as a reminder on your phone, that alarm to pop up every so often of what you want to be working towards that day to help you stay on track, to help you stay focused. Because there are so many distractions right now between the internet and again, working from home is different if you've had to adjust to that. We had homeschooling a few weeks ago that we were dealing with. And just lots of unknowns and uncertainties that we're trying to work through and work around. But we want to just put some effort in every day. So if we get a little bit better every day, that should be the goal. And the more we can have a plan, the less likely we are to be overwhelmed, because we know how much we need to do for the day. If we take that 1 month goal and break it into 30 days, okay, maybe I need just do a little bit every day. Maybe it's a 30-minute thing every day, or an hour, or a couple hours a day that I can just plug away at it. And then the rest of the time, maybe I'm free. Or maybe I can use some time to build my knowledge. Maybe I don't have to work 8 hours a day on the task I'm doing. Maybe a couple hours a day every day for 30 days will get me to that first goal. So maybe I'm working 8 hours a day, but maybe just a couple of them are working towards that goal. Maybe a few more are knowledge. Maybe a few more are those action steps, planning. Maybe a few are manifesting a little bit more, visualizing, seeing it. Maybe a few more are taking care of myself by getting a workout in, or being active, or cooking a nice, nutritious meal, doing some meal prep. Maybe there's times in there I can do those sorts of things. I just have to make them a priority and learn how to make them work within my schedule. I don't have a copy of it printed here with me, but I've showed you before I'm actually working and revamping again my daily schedule to really structure in the whole day. So before I'd have maybe say like a class, and then I'd have a white space, and then have a lunch, and then have this and this. So what I'm working on is filling in those white spaces with things I need to work on during the day. Maybe I'm marketing the business. Maybe I'm going to the park for an hour. Maybe I'm making lunch. Maybe it's a meeting I have. Maybe it's a workout. Maybe it's some relaxing time. Maybe it's my next day prep. Maybe it's laundry. Maybe it's dishes. I'm trying to put all those things into the schedule so that my day is booked and complete for me. So I don't have to sit so much and think, what do I do now? Where should I go? Where does my effort need to go right now? Because I find when I do that, then my wheels spin. I kind of sit here and I'm not really sure which direction to take because they all need to be worked on, but where's the priority? So that's what I'm trying to work on more, is having my schedule full. And I've shared with you guys videos and clips from Brendan Burchard, and he's big on this and blocking your time. And a lot of people say to him, well, I lose my freedom a little bit if it's so structured and rigid. And his experience is actually you gain more freedom because you're more focused on your time. We talked about focus here so much, being so often, and how important it is. Having a good focus, you'll get more accomplished in a shorter amount of time. And if you have that structure and then you can follow that structure through the day, then you'll have actually more freedom later on, because maybe you won't sit here still thinking, I haven't done anything all day. I've just spun my wheels and try to figure out where to go. I need to get something done before I go to bed. Whereas if you had a day full of good little chunks of work, then it's easier to say, okay, you know what, I'm taking the night off. I'm going to go spend time with my family. I'm going to spend some time for myself. Do something for me. I'm going to enjoy a little bit of music, or do some stretching or foam rolling, or get my next day prep, my nighttime routine dialed in, because I had a good work day and focused really hard on what it was I had to do. And if you think about it, going back to school, that's what school was, right? It was structured, it was organized. From 9 to 10, you had this class. You had a break maybe from 10 to 10:15, had another class, and then maybe another class, and then lunch, and then a couple other classes. University, you picked and get to make your own schedule, maybe a little more freedom to do that, but still your days were blocks were full. Okay, I've got class here and here, I've got a break here, I have a group meeting here, I got my part-time job here. I found in university, when I started working part-time, I actually did better because I had less empty space to put things off. Say, oh, you know what, I can do that after dinner, I've got time. Or I can do that tomorrow, I've got time. Oh no, I've got to work tomorrow, so I can't. I've got to do that. I filled in my time, and then I was more focused because I made better use of the time that I had. And that's what I'm trying to work on now, so that effort can be better directed and directed where I need it to be. So again, look at different ways that you can make the system work for you, but without effort, it's not really going to go anywhere. And again, it doesn't have to be max 100% effort all the time. It can just be little bits here and there. Again, see what works for you. Look at that schedule. Look at all the things you have to do. Make yourself a priority, make your family a priority, and then work things around that, and where you can get those other tasks and items in that are going to help you work towards your goal or goals, whatever the case is. So again, that's it for this evening. I just wanted to check in. I thought we started the year this way. Since we're at halftime a couple of weeks ago, we talked about that. It was nice, again, to check in and remind us of our acronym of MAKE. So one more time, MAKE, because we want to make 2021 a great year, a better year than we had in 2020. Again, you see, it didn't happen. It didn't just happen. COVID's still here. There's still restrictions. There's still different things going on. There's still social issues. New social issues have come up that need to be looked after. Again, it didn't just happen. I don't know, in comparison, they're probably pretty even as in terms of what's gone on and how things have worked out this year. We do sort of seem to be coming out of the pandemic finally. But again, it's been almost 2 years, and we thought it'd be a 2-week thing. So again, we want to have to make the year a better year for us. And we got 6 months still. So either we keep on with what we've been doing if you've had a great first 6 months, or now is the time to get started. The best time to start something is now. Now is the best time. So just put something in play. Even if you just plan tonight what to do, what it is you want, maybe take some time to manifest, and then tomorrow start that first step towards that big goal. You can do it. You've got 6 months. Again, don't get overwhelmed. Don't get rushed. Put a plan in place. Put those wheels in motion. Remember, we want to manifest what it is we want, that outcome we want to work towards. See it, smell it, feel it, taste it, whatever. Be thorough with it. Be in depth. It sounds kind of wooey and kind of wishy-washy, but it helps. Look up top level athletes. They all do it. They all incorporate it into their training, especially night before games or leading up to big events. They visualize, they see it. You hear them talk about how I saw myself take that shot 1,000 times in my head, succeed or fail. If they're not successful, you still hear them say it. I saw myself 1,000 times take that shot and I just missed it, or I hit it just like I had visioned it. You see it, so it becomes automatic. We create that response in our mind and we know what we're working towards. So manifest what you want to do. Take some time and build that vision, that dream. Again, like our pal Blake says, put dreaming back on your to-do list and make sure that it's part of your daily routine to help you see that goal and where you want to go. Then action is our A in make 2021 a great year. You need to take action. We have to put steps in place. You've seen it. Now make a plan. That's your first action step. Plan how you're going to get to that goal. And then what's the first action step I can take to get me just one step closer to that goal? One step every day. You've heard us talk about that snowball and snow. The more you roll it, it gains momentum, it gains size. Same idea. One foot in front of the other, one step at a time gets us that momentum and moving forward towards that goal. And along the way, we need to gain knowledge about what it is we're doing. Knowledge about how we can do what we can do. Knowledge about maybe why we're doing what it is we want to do. Knowledge about what not to do in terms of what it is we're trying to work towards. And again, that comes from books, podcasts, webinars, shows like this, coaches. There's a plethora of knowledge out there. Remember, make sure it's trusted sources that you're gaining your knowledge from. But we need to build that knowledge. That's going to help us take action and maybe even more clearly manifest what it is we want as maybe we learn more about things. And a lot of times action will give us our knowledge because we'll learn what's working, what's not working, and how we can tweak and adjust things along the way. So we talked about this earlier tonight too. Again, everything's intertwined. It's not just manifest and then action and then knowledge and then effort. They all are intertwined and one can affect the other. And as we mentioned, our E is effort. So manifest, action, knowledge, and effort. So we got to put that effort into it. We can talk and say, oh, I want to get stronger. I want to get healthier. I want to drink more water. I want to learn a language. I want to pick up a new hobby. I want to start streaming online. Whatever it is, we can say it. We can manifest it. We can plan the action step, but without effort, we're not going to take that first step. The effort needs to be there. And again, just like action, doesn't have to be all at once. It doesn't have to be 100% all the time, but we just need to be putting in some effort consistently. And again, you can decide what that effort is by manifesting, getting knowledge, putting an action plan in place. Maybe you know how much effort you actually need to put out there so that you can see your goals. And that's something I'm working on with clients now too. You say to a new client, maybe, how dedicated are you? How much can you put into this? How much effort can you give me? Oh, 100% effort. I'm in. Okay, so 7 days a week, you're gonna do this, this, and this. You're gonna eat clean and sleep well and get a minimum 8 hours and drink this much water and do this. And okay, no, not 100%. Okay, well, let's work on a percentage of where are you realistically right now, and then we can build up over time. Again, build the routines, build the habits, and then you can work about to maybe clean things up or add more to it over time. But we got to build the routines in first and the habits so that we can grow and evolve from there. So hopefully that's is a nice review for everybody. Thanks for being here. Again, like I said, just a 6-month check-in. We're halfway through the year. And since we said we're going to make 2021 a better year than 2020 was, I thought it was a good chance just to review it again, go through the acronym, and just again remind those that have been with us and are maybe either trying to get through the end of the year with your goal, or again, maybe you're new to the program, or you've maybe let go of that New Year's sort of goals that you had, maybe you lost track, you're trying to get back on. Again, now's the time. You've got 6 good months to work through to get some good momentum in to finish 2021 strong and get into 2022 with some good momentum behind you of working towards those goals. So again, don't delay anymore. The time is now. Put your plan in place, manifest. Again, if nothing else tonight, take 10 minutes just to sit, manifest. Think about what it is you want to do and visualize it, see it, feel it. How would you feel being in that position? How would people around you interact with you being in that position? Even just do that tonight. And then tomorrow when you get up, put some pen to paper, put some action in place, look at ways to gain some knowledge, and then look at that effort. What effort do you need to put into it to help get yourself moving forward and growing towards that big, hairy, audacious goal that you have for yourself and or those around you? So I'd love to hear from you if you have any questions, if you have ways that you maybe are manifesting, or some action steps you've taken, or some great resources for knowledge that you have. Again, feel free, please, in the comments to share with us. We'd love to hear from each other. And if you're having trouble with making 2021 a great year, remember, reach out. We can always help give you some coaching and guidance and how to lay out to have a productive, successful 2021. And if it's an area, again, that I'm not as versed in, I have quite a large network that I could refer you to as well. So we can help you with other assets of your life if it's not fitness and wellness related. So thanks everyone for being here. Again, I appreciate you taking the time of your schedule. I know there's lots up there you can check out at this time of day. So I appreciate you being here. Take care of ourselves. Remember, we are coming out of this pandemic. I know it's different everywhere, but most places I'm in touch with seem to be coming out of it at certain stages. Remember though, be patient, be consistent with your self-care and what you're doing to make sure that things are going well. And don't rush it if you don't feel up to rushing it. There's a lot of people that are just going out and seeing each other and visiting, and that's great. It's been a long time, I understand it. But if you're not comfortable doing that, don't feel pressured to do it. Do it when you're ready to do so. If you feel like you need more time, take that time. Don't feel rushed, and your friends should be understanding of that because they're your friends. So don't feel you have to be out around everybody in the full bore and 100% as things open up. I guess this weekend. Glad to hear the gyms are opening finally. Should have been done a long time ago, but happy for my friends who are gym owners, and for all of you who have been without a gym for the better part of 16 months. I'm glad they're opening. Again, virtual fitness classes are coming back with a new structure coming soon. Virtual fitness coaching as well. So again, you can work out from the comfort of your own home and work out around your schedule too. It gives you kind of a personal trainer aspect without us having to meet one-on-one, the way the system's working. So it gives you a little more flexibility and freedom. We're not dependent on each other's schedules to be able to work together. So reach out if you have any questions about that. Again, more to follow soon. But thankfully gyms are opening. But again, like I said, be consistent, be patient. Stores and gyms and all these places are putting new protocols in place again. So again, give yourself extra time, be patient with the staff, be patient with those in lines around you, be patient with yourself as well. Put in that extra time where you can to make sure that you're not so rushed and not overwhelmed with what's going on around you. Again, be consistent with your self-care. Keep taking good care of ourselves. Even when this pandemic is deemed over, keep that self-care up so we're ready for the next thing that's going to come. We can handle it better as well. Stay safe, gang. Have a wonderful night. All the best. Stay cool. It's a little warm here in Ontario. Keep yourself cool. Hydrate up. Drink that water. Have an amazing night. Remember, always make yourself the priority you deserve to be by striving to be operationally fit. Stay safe and take care.